The Two Sisters. In a quiet African village surrounded by green farms, tall palm trees, and dusty red roads, there lived a hardworking widow named Mama Grace and her two daughters, Nadia and Amara. Nadia was the elder daughter. She was confident, beautiful, and outspoken. From the time she was a little girl, Mama Grace treated her as if she were the most precious thing in the world. Amara, the younger daughter, was different. She was quiet, humble, hardworking, and kind-hearted. She rarely complained, even when she felt hurt. From childhood, the difference in their mother's treatment was obvious. Whenever Mama Grace bought new clothes, Nadia received the finest dress. "Your sister is older," Mama Grace would say whenever Amara asked why Nadia always received better things. "She deserves the best." When the girls went to school, Mama Grace made sure Nadia had everything she needed. "My first daughter will make me proud one day," she often told the neighbors. Amara would stand nearby, listening silently. Nobody knew how much those words hurt her. Whenever Nadia performed well in school, Mama Grace celebrated with food and dancing. But when Amara brought home good results, her mother would simply say, "That is what you are supposed to do." Amara slowly began to believe that no matter what she did, she would never be enough. Still, she refused to become bitter. She helped her mother around the house. She worked on the farm, cooked meals, fetched water, and continued studying whenever she had the opportunity. Nadia, meanwhile, grew up believing that life would always favor her. After finishing school, Nadia moved to the city. Mama Grace was extremely proud. "My daughter is going to become a great woman," she told everyone. She sold some of her possessions to help Nadia start a small business. Amara watched her sister leave the village with new clothes, money, and her mother's blessings. Before Nadia left, Mama Grace hugged her tightly. "Don't worry about anything," she said. "I believe in you." Amara stood a few steps away. She secretly wished that her mother would say those same words to her one day. But she never did. Instead, Amara remained in the village and began looking for ways to improve her life. She started selling homemade snacks at the village market. At first, almost nobody bought from her. Some people laughed. "Amara, you think selling these little things will make you rich?" one woman joked. Amara smiled. "Maybe not today," she replied, "but I will keep trying." She woke before sunrise every morning. She prepared her food, walked to the market, sold what she could, and saved every small amount of money. Whenever she made a profit, she did not spend it carelessly. She bought better equipment. Then she expanded her business. After several months, people from neighboring villages began buying from her. Meanwhile, Nadia's life in the city was not going as Mama Grace had expected. The business her mother had helped her start struggled. Nadia spent money carelessly and became discouraged when customers stopped coming. She began borrowing money from friends. Eventually, her debts became too much. She returned to the village angry and embarrassed. Mama Grace welcomed her with open arms. "Don't worry, my daughter," she said. "Everything will be fine." Amara said nothing. Instead, she continued working. Years passed. Amara's small business became a larger business. She rented a shop. Then she opened another one. Eventually, she began supplying products to stores in different towns. People who once laughed at her now came to ask for advice. Amara never forgot how difficult her beginning had been. One day, a wealthy businessman from the city visited the village. He was impressed by Amara's work and offered to partner with her. That opportunity changed everything. Within a few years, Amara became a successful businesswoman. She bought a beautiful house, employed dozens of people, and began helping young people in her village start their own businesses. The village that once ignored her now celebrated her. One afternoon, Mama Grace sat outside her house when she saw several expensive vehicles driving into the compound. She stood up in surprise. Amara stepped out of the first vehicle wearing an elegant African dress. Mama Grace stared at her daughter. For the first time, she saw Amara not as the quiet little girl she had overlooked, but as a strong and successful woman. "Amara," Mama Grace whispered. Amara smiled gently. "Good afternoon, Mama." Her mother struggled to speak. "I heard that your company is doing very well." "Yes, Mama." Mama Grace looked down. "I am proud of you." Amara's smile disappeared for a moment. Those were the words she had waited her entire childhood to hear. But now that they had finally come, they carried a different meaning. "Mama," Amara said softly, "do you remember when I was young?" Her mother became silent. "You always told me that Nadia would become successful. You believed in her. You supported her. You gave her opportunities." Mama Grace lowered her head. "I know. I used to wonder what was wrong with me," Amara continued. "I wondered why I was never good enough for you." Tears filled Mama Grace's eyes. "I was wrong," she said. Amara looked at her mother for a long moment. "I don't hate you, Mama. But I want you to understand something. Your rejection hurt me deeply. But it also taught me something." "What?" "That sometimes, you have to believe in yourself even when nobody else does." Mama Grace began crying. Amara walked toward her and held her. "I forgive you, Mama." Her mother cried even harder. From that day forward, Mama Grace began treating both daughters equally. Nadia also learned an important lesson. She stopped comparing herself with her younger sister and began working hard to rebuild her own life. Amara never used her success to humiliate Nadia. Instead, she helped her sister find a new direction. The two sisters eventually became close again, but their relationship was different from before. Nadia no longer looked down on Amara. And Amara no longer looked at Nadia with the pain of a neglected younger sister. Years later, people in the village would tell the story of the two sisters. They would say, "The daughter everyone believed in almost failed, while the daughter nobody believed in became the one who changed the entire family." And that story became a lesson to every parent in the village. Never make one child feel less loved than another. You never know which child is carrying the greatest potential. And sometimes, the child you keep overlooking is the very child who will rise higher than everyone expected.